Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel. If you are a returning subby, welcome back. I appreciate you coming back and checking out more content. So this video today is, as you can see in the title, a little bit more informative. I wanted to share some information with my fellow YouTubers that are newer, that are just getting into this and would like to know what they should be using or what other options are out there for actually vlogging. We hear it all the time. Just pick up your cell phone. Just pick up your cell phone and just start recording. It's not just that easy. It is, but it ain't. So if you want to put out, better content, more creative content, quality content, it's not just picking up your cell phone, because you can't do everything with your cell phone. Things are not going to work the same on a cell phone as it is on a camera. So I found that out. In this video, I am going to run through all of the accessories that I use, the cameras that I use, and share with you the different reasons why I use, certain things. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So on my first video that I published, I was in Dominican Republic and I chose to use my cell phone because that's all I had at the time. And I listened to what people said on the internet, on social media. Just pick up your phone and start vlogging. Put that camera in your face, start talking, do what it is you do. So I have the iPhone 12. This is what I use to film my Dominican vlog. They say, oh, when you vlog it, it's about the editing. It's not. It is absolutely not. I had to remember to turn the camera sideways versus straight up and down, vertical, horizontal, however it is. Because when you do it this way, your content is going to be much smaller. So you have to keep remembering to turn your phone this way. It was nice to record on there because it was nice and easy. The screen was there for you to adjust or whatnot. But I didn't know about certain settings in the phone to make the videos and the pictures come out better until later on in the game. Like, I've been doing this for not even a year yet. Oh, it's been about a year. We almost there. But yeah. So I didn't know about the settings in the cell phone to make this more quality. So this was my first tool, and this still is one of my tools, because when I go to events and different functions where I cannot bring my camera with me, trusty little old cell phone is what I have to use. So there are settings in here. I will put in the description as to where I got my settings from. You can go in and adjust your settings and see how it works for your application. So that was number one. Moving along to my second camera for recording, I chose to go with the GoPro. So I chose this because I wanted something that was like, I'm looking at everybody and I'm like, do I really want to carry around that big old camera? Not knowing that, some people's cameras are a lot bigger than others, but I'm like, do I really want to carry around a camera? I went to Best Buy and I'm talking to the lady in the store, and she suggested to me the GoPro because you can do a lot of different things with it, but it's not going to, again, give you the same capabilities as a camera would. So this is what I use for 10 videos that I recorded and published. Very good quality. I started off with the GoPro 9 and that one kept overheating, so I ended up taking it back and getting the GoPro 10. So this is my device, and what's nice about this, you can put screen covers on to protect your screens. I currently have the GoPro mod on here, for the microphone. And the reason for that is the quality of sound was not as good with just having the GoPro by itself. So this is how the GoPro goes into the case. This is just a unit by itself. You have to take the door off, and this is a battery, and then your SD card goes in there. But with the GoPro mod, it gives you the port that goes in there. So you have your speaker here, and this plugs right into it. Like so. So this device works very well. It actually works a lot better than my camera in low light. It gives you a quick turn on power button, quick record button. I'll show you on there so you can see me. Hey. And yes, so this is what I recorded about, I want to say about 10 of my videos. It might have been more than that, but I still record while I'm in the car with this device because I do not have a dashboard mount for my actual camera. So this little handy dandy clip right here clips on to my air vent in my car. It screws on. So I just take this and I clip it right onto my air vent, and it is actually recording me. So you can clip this onto whatever, you know, that is going to hold the weight on there. But this was a nice little accessory that I added on instead of having to mount something to my dashboard. Very quick and easy to take out of the car if I want to go in the store and I just want to record some things. If I want to just go outside and I want to record some things, nice and convenient. This was my second recording device outside of my iPhone 12. Let's get into the accessories that I have that go with my GoPro, because again, this is always with me. I always keep my GoPro with me. This is not just for action-packed type things. This is for vlogging and recording and just doing your day-to-day stuff that you want to record in. This is a carrying case that it comes in. Gives you all your little accessories in here, your quick releases that go on to mount. And I want to say it came with 2 of them. And then it also comes with an extra screw. Every time you buy an additional accessory for your GoPro, it usually comes with an extra screw. So these are nice to have just, you know, in different areas. So if you're switching out your camera on different mounts, you got an extra screw. My first handle tripod that I got to go with my GoPro is the actual GoPro handle. And I personally don't care for this handle too much, or this tripod too much, because the way it sits out. I'm sure it's like this for a reason, but I have no use for it like this. It just annoys me, so I don't use it that often. When I first started with my GoPro, yes, this is the only tripod that I used. I have a Bluetooth adapter clicker that will power my GoPro on and off. Put it upside down. So it is actually Bluetooth to the camera. As you can see, it just came on. So I can have it mounted on the tripod. And again, guys, like I say, every additional accessory usually gives you additional screws on there. Those screws come in handy in case you misplace one, put it down and forget where you got it. You got additional screws on there. I will usually just put it on my tripod and on the handle, or you can put this on your wrist. It's just an additional little accessory versus having to put your hand up here on the camera, accidentally putting your finger in the screen. So you have your on off button right here, and you can take pictures with it. You can press record with it. Whatever this feature, whatever features are in here are also going to be in your remote. This is a nice little accessory that I picked up as well to go with my GoPro. Next accessory that you have to get: additional batteries. So the GoPro battery will only last about, I want to say 45 minutes, and that's on and off. If you are straight recording, I want to say it's about 40 minutes, 35 to 40 minutes this battery will last. So I went on Amazon, purchased 2 additional batteries. It comes with a case that you can charge it in. Just plug it into the back of here, and like I said, it comes with 2 batteries. You want to take your battery out of your GoPro, stick it in here. It is an extra slot that you can put it in there and just charge all your batteries together. Additional batteries are a must. Don't forget, when you get your camera, when you get your GoPro, get some extra batteries, because you don't want to always be like, oh, my camera ruined dead, so now I got to charge it up. Nope, pop you a new battery in, you good to go. So that was my additional accessory again for my GoPro. Next, I got a nice tripod. This camera is not heavy, but it is a little top heavy depending on if you want to adjust it down, up. When it comes to doing different angles, and a lot of these tripods that we get from Amazon, you know, Temu, they're very cheap tripod. It is a Fujitech. I got it because it had the Bluetooth clicker on there for taking pictures, but when it comes to my camera being on there, or this GoPro, it's heavy, and if you try to tilt it down, tilt it back, it tends to fall over. You gotta put stuff on it to hold the tripod down. I got tired of doing that, so we got a different tripod. This brand Ulanzi off of Amazon, very nice quality. So this is the tripod that I got to put my GoPro on, and it actually extends out quite far. As you can see, slide it across my face. So if you see, this tripod extends out. It's very heavy duty, and the base of it, the feet are very heavy duty. So this tripod right here, goodbye. I got this again off of Amazon, and I do have quite a few of the Ulanzi accessories from Amazon. Very good quality. This is the tripod that I use for my GoPro. The other annoying thing that I had to figure out on my own was having to unscrew this every time to put it on different things. Well, they have this nice little quick release that you can use for interchanging accessory mounts. I only have 2 because I don't use it that much when I'm swapping tripods. It just goes on there. It is a quick mount. You don't have to unscrew this one. Once you put it on, if you get the quick release and mount it onto the different tripods that you're going to be using your GoPro with, all you have to do, quick release, take it off, pop it onto the next accessory or next mount. They do have a quick release for the GoPro. You don't have to keep unscrewing it. Only thing is, when you're out and about with your GoPro, changing the battery, you will have to unscrew and unmount your media mod in order to get the battery out to swap the battery. Just be mindful when you're out recording with this, depending on what you're recording, that you will only get that 35 to 45 minutes, depending on how long you have it on, that you will have to change that battery out. And it's not just a quick pop. You have to unscrew it. You have to unmount it from the actual media mod. Take the battery out, put it back in, remount it. This is a very nice accessory for low light stuff, for quick recording, but the downfall is changing the battery out when you're in the midst of recording. Let's move on to the next accessory. Everybody likes to do the moving and, you know, say you're out and about, you know, jumping up and down, you want to get these nice shots. If you're moving and running, you want to get nice shots. GoPro is a good camera to use, but people don't always have a steady hand. I absolutely do not have a steady hand, so I had to get a gimbal. Okay, the gimbal is a little tricky. It took me a little while to figure it out once I first got it, and I haven't used it in a long time, so it took me just a minute to get it together. But it comes with the little hex keys to go with it. I customize mine because you have to literally put a screw. Make sure you can see it. You have to put a screw in there to connect. So I took my hex key and I cut it off, and I made it to where it is literally stuck into my screw, so I don't have to keep trying to find it and put it in there. You connect your GoPro onto the gimbal, you turn it on, and it sets up like so. Just turn it on. And as you can see the back of it, you can see it recording me. The gimbal moves around just like any other gimbal would. This is kind of an off-brand that I found. Well, actually it's not an off-brand. This is the Falcon gimbal. So this is how it works. And as you can see, I'm just moving the button on the back of the handle. So if you are just recording and you're moving around, it is going to keep it in the stable position as to what you are trying to do. This was another accessory that I purchased because I wanted to do different type of B-roll and recording. As you can see, it does hold up. This is the gimbal that I got to go along with my GoPro. We will move along to my current vlogging camera, which is the Sony ZV-1F camera. See, I got this camera, it was still warm outside, so I'm gonna say, I don't know when I got this camera. Let me see, do I have a date on here? I do not have a date on here, but I want to say the last 20-ish or so, 30-ish or so videos that I have published were on my Sony ZV-1 camera. So I'm going to show you that camera now. Okay, so let's get into my Sony ZV-1 camera, which I'm sure a lot of people have seen this camera already. Turn it on so you can see that it does have the side view so that you can see yourself when you are recording. And up top, it just has the wind muff. I did upgrade this wind muff because the one that came with it looked like a rat's nest. That it was just terrible. It was nappy looking and just disgusting. And I'm like, this is straight out of the box. Why does it look like this? So yeah, I did upgrade it, and it actually came with a nice little extra mount here so that I can mount my light on here. And I will show you the light that I use. And this just tightens right up on there. that is the light that I use. I will turn it on for you to see. It is nice and bright, and it illuminates very well. This little light came from Temu in a $11 vlogging kit. Came with a handle, came with a light, another little accessory or whatnot in there. But for 11 bucks, this was like the perfect gift in the box, was the light. I don't use the vlogging handle because that was for just a cell phone type vlogging thing. So I just use the light by itself. It is battery operated. I always take the batteries out when I'm not using it because I don't want to have to keep changing batteries or buying new batteries for it. And I don't use it that often. I will use it in the car. I can mount it on the top of my GoPro, or at nighttime, or if I'm doing something where it is a little bit darker, I would have to use it with this camera. I take the batteries out, close it up, and I just store it in this little wallet thing of mine, and I just throw it in my bag. Batteries, light, very convenient. On the front of my camera right now, I have an additional piece here because I did go ahead and buy a wide lens. I was getting tired of every time my head was cut off, I had to move it up, move it up. Wide lens, whoops, I want to drop that and break it. The wide lens makes a big difference. I did add that accessory onto my camera. I will tell you guys, when you add these lenses on here, it makes this camera a lot more heavier. It will topple over. Again, that's why I said getting the right tripods, the sturdier tripods, are necessary, because when you want to add on lenses to your camera, it is going to make it a lot heavier. You don't think about it, you're like, oh, that's just a little light lens or whatnot. It's not. It is not light. It makes it heavy. Let's get into the tripods that I use. This is the first tripod that I got. Most people will get the Sony tripod with the remote. I got the old Dylan because it was 100 bucks. Actually, I think it might have been less than $100. So I got this on Amazon. Works the same way. Has the buttons here for zoom features. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it has a record button. It has a zoom feature where you can zoom in, you can zoom out. Same thing as a Sony. I was not paying whatever Sony was charging. I think it was like $200. Same tripod. Same thing. Works the same. Same battery. All that. Same thing. The remote comes out if you want to leave this sitting. It is not an extendable tripod. Neither is a Sony. It just sits on the table like so. It flexes forward and you just sit it down. Mount your camera. Oh, hang on, guys. Mount your camera on there, and you can set it down on the table like so, and you can be over there and you can use the remote. Same thing as a Sony. You do not have to get the Sony mount to go with the Sony camera. You can get an off-brand to go with the Sony camera. It works the same. If it is going to save you money, it's going to work the same, I would do it, definitely. Okay, next accessories that I found very crucial were mounts. Mounts for your tripods. Having to unscrew your camera every single time to switch it on the mount got on my nerves. And again, people don't talk about stuff like this, but this is something that would be very beneficial to you to get. Are multiple tripod quick release mounts. You can get however many you want, however many tripods you have, get the quick release mounts. You only have to get the full set that gives you the part that goes into your camera. Once you have this piece, you can just get the additional mounts to go with. These are, again, the Ulanzi brand. Very sturdy. Once you mount it on, there's a lock button right here. You just press that on there and it keeps your camera from falling off. Even if you accidentally hit the button in the back, it's not gonna fall off because you locked it. This is a very, very nice additional accessory for your camera. Fujitech, to me, this tripod is old. It barely locks at the bottom. I use it at home because it is longer and it extends out longer and it has a nice little locking features. Again, I added an additional mount. Take that off of here. So every tripod that I will use in my camera, I have an additional mount. Everywhere that I have I have an additional mount on it. Next accessory that I got was additional batteries. Your camera will come with one battery. That battery lasts pretty long. I want to say it lasts over an hour, not unless you're recording straight. Additional batteries purchased off of Amazon. You don't have to buy the Sony brand, you can buy the off brand and it works just the same. This one brand is Met BC. It comes with 2 batteries, additional space for your 3rd battery. Nice convenient charging case. Remember to pick up additional batteries to go with your Sony camera. The regular camera will come with its own lens. So when you don't have your, if you do not have a wide lens, just your regular camera that came without an additional lens, you will have a cover for it. But once you put that cover on, the piece that goes around here that holds your wide lens, your original lens will not fit. You can take this off and record regular, but you cannot cover your lens anymore. Your wide lens will come with a cover. Oops. Your wide lens will come with a cover, so it will be protected. Okay, next accessory that I got to go with my camera, that's it. That's all I got. You don't need much when it comes to the Sony ZV-1 camera. Mounts, quick release mounts, tripods. That's pretty much it. Or your lenses. I have not gotten, and your light. I have not gotten microphones yet because I am very undecisive as to which microphones that I want. I've looked at reviews on a lot of them. I don't want to spend $300 on a freaking microphone. I'm not there yet. I am not there yet. I am not spending $300 on a microphone. For what? For what? Why would I spend $300 on a microphone? You guys can hear me perfectly fine on this camera. Perfectly fine on my GoPro camera. Perfectly fine on my phone. The quality will be much better with a microphone, but I'm not there yet. So once I find one that I think is suitable for me and suitable for my pockets, I'm gonna get it. And I'll do a review on it. But right now, we're not doing that. Moving along to what else is needed for vlogging. The last accessory that I forgot to mention was the mount for my cell phone. Your cell phone mounts right in there and it screws right onto your tripod. I have several of these as well. These are nice to have. You can rotate it any way based on your tripods. Get on here. Oops. So you can just have it there, or you can have it where you tilt it down. This tripod is old and it is rusted. It actually fell in the water in Hawaii, so yeah. So you can mount it that way as well. So it's nice to always have additional of these sitting around to mount your cell phone on to whatever tripod that you want to use. Okay, so let's get into what I use to edit. We use my MacBook Pro. It is fairly new. I do all my editing on here. I don't do any editing on my cell phone because I just cannot function on the cell phone. I need to see, I need to move things around. I can't use this keypad or this mouse pad right here. Logi comes in handy. So I have a wireless mouse that I use as well. You have to have your SD cards for your camera. And you also have your small SD card for your GoPro. The camera is going to have the SD card inside here. So this is basically just an adapter. That's what goes into your Sony ZV-1 camera. I have an adapter that goes into my computer for transferring my data. My SD card adapter for my camera fits right in here. This plugs into my computer and I download my footage. I use an external hard drive because I don't want to leave all my footage on my computer and slow it down. It's not that much memory on there. I think it's like 250 gigabytes. I use a 2 terabyte SSD hard drive. I've gotten away from regular external hard drives because they have mechanical parts in there that seem to be going bad. So I got an SSD drive. So this one is actually nice because it's smaller, it's nice and convenient. The SD card goes in here, and then also without the adapter, it just plugs right into here. Plug it in, transfer your data. Clear your cards off so they don't be full. And I think that is it. I hope you guys found this informative. Just remember, yes, you can just pick up your camera and start vlogging, but if you want to have quality videos, you want people to come back and you want people to watch and be engaged in your videos, you're gonna have to do a little bit more than just a cell phone. Not unless you are a very good editor and that you can tweak and, you know, make things nice and pretty, then you go right ahead. I commend you because I know there's people out there that can do it. Me personally, absolutely not. I need to have, not to say all the bells and whistles, because what I got right here ain't nothing compared to what some of the more seasoned bloggers and YouTube content creators have. This is just starting off. If you are appreciative of the information, the knowledge that I've given you in this video, please remember, hit the like button. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button. Come back for more content. All right. Thank you for watching. Bye. I did forget to mention lighting. This is just a tripod mount light that I got from Temu for about 20 bucks. I also grabbed a work light, LED. This I use for doing try-on hauls and when the rooms are not well lit. Don't forget, lighting is important for vlogging and for creating content.